Well, I'm sure by now your Christmas celebration is fully underway. And if you're like our family, the house is decorated. There are actually some presents starting to show up under the tree. Christmas is getting close. And as we continue in the midst of this Christmas season, I want to go back to Luke chapter 2, to what we see as the angels appear to the shepherds. And specifically, want to look at verses 10 and 11 of Luke chapter 2. We'll pick up right where we were last week in the word today. It says, an angel said to them, speaking of the shepherds, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior who is Christ the Lord." The part I want to pick up on today is that statement, good news of great joy for all the people. This is an amazing thing to consider as we celebrate Christmas. The good news of what God has done to draw near to us, the good news of what God has done to bring the Savior to the world as Jesus is born in Bethlehem, is good news made available to everyone. Yes, certainly this is good news for the people of God. Yes, certainly this is good news for the church. But let us not forget, this good news has been made available to all the people. This means that anyone who trusts in what Jesus Christ has done receives this good news. This means no matter how far you've felt from God. This means no matter how difficult your story may have been up until this point. Jesus Christ has come to bring good news of great joy for all who are willing to trust in Him. So as you think about your story and you think about the parts of your story that maybe have been difficult or maybe have created pain or maybe are some things that you just don't even want to remember or you rather dismiss altogether, the Christmas story shows us there is good news of great joy for all people, for a Savior has come to do for us what we could never do for ourselves. Jesus Christ made a way for us to be right with God as He was born to live in this world, to take on flesh, to live a life without sin, and then to give His perfect life as a sacrifice for our sin so that we could be forgiven, so that we could be covered in His grace, and so that we could experience the great joy of being united with God the Father through what the Savior has done. Maybe this Christmas you think about those in your family or those in your office or those in your school or your neighborhood who don't have a relationship with Jesus. Let's not forget, Christmas is a season of invitation. An invitation for all people to hear the good news of great joy that a Savior has been born. Who can you pray for? Who can you invite to the Christmas story? Who can you tell of this good news this Christmas season? As you think about your story and as you think about the stories of others around you, may we not forget that Christmas gives us this beautiful invitation of good news. All people are invited to hear, to know, and to trust in what the Savior has done.